You're in a conversation, but you're not really there. You're waiting. Waiting for your turn to speak. Waiting for the pause where you can jump in. Waiting to be heard. The other person is still talking, but you've already crafted your response. You're rehearsing it, refining it, ready to launch it the moment they take a breath. You're not listening. You're loading. We've all become speakers in a world that forgot how to listen. Every scroll teaches us to broadcast. Every notification trains us to respond instantly. Every argument online rewards the loudest voice, not the wisest one. We talk over each other, we interrupt, we finish each other's sentences not because we understand, but because we're impatient. We've confused hearing with listening, presence with attention, conversation with competition. And before we dive deeper into this, if this resonates with you, take a moment to like and subscribe. It helps these reflections reach others who are tired of the noise and searching for something deeper. Let's explore why the ancient wisdom still whispers, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason." The ratio nature gave us. The Stoics observed everything in nature. They believed the universe was designed with intention, with logic, with purpose. Epictetus looked at the human face and saw a message: 2 ears, 1 mouth. The math is simple. Listen twice as much as you speak. But we've reversed the equation. We've become a generation of broadcasters with no audience, speakers with no listeners, voices shouting into voids. Zeno taught that wisdom begins in silence. Not the silence of having nothing to say, but the silence of choosing when to say it. In the modern world, silence has become uncomfortable. We fill every gap with words, every pause with noise. We're terrified of the space between sentences, because that's where we might actually have to hear something we don't want to face. The illusion of connection. You're texting someone while sitting across from another person. You're scrolling through comments while someone shares their pain. You're thinking about your response while someone reveals their truth. We call this multitasking. The Stoics would call it fragmentation. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Give yourself fully to every moment." Not partially, not half present, fully. When was the last time you listened to someone without planning your reply? Without checking your phone? Without letting your mind wander to your own stories, your own problems, your own need to be understood? Real listening is rare because it requires something we've forgotten how to give: our complete attention. Seneca observed that we're generous with our money, but stingy with our time. And listening, real listening, demands time. It demands presence. It demands that we quiet ourselves long enough to let someone else be heard. Why we've stopped listening. We're afraid of silence, afraid of what we might hear, afraid of being changed by someone else's truth. So we talk, we fill space, we defend, we explain, we correct. We relate everything back to ourselves. Someone says, "I'm struggling," and we respond, "Oh, I know exactly how you feel. Let me tell you what happened to me." We think we're connecting, we're actually deflecting. The ego loves to speak. It needs to be seen, validated, proven right. Listening requires the ego to step back, and the ego hates that. Epictetus taught that the beginning of wisdom is learning to be silent, to observe, to take in information before forming opinions. But we've been trained by algorithms that reward instant reactions, the fastest comment, the quickest comeback, the sharpest reply. We've optimized for speed and sacrificed depth. The power you're missing. When you truly listen, something shifts. The person speaking feels it. They relax. They open up. They trust you with truths they wouldn't share with someone who's just waiting to talk. Listening is not passive. It's one of the most active things you can do. It requires focus. It requires empathy. It requires the discipline to silence your own internal commentary long enough to absorb what's being offered. The Stoics believed that every conversation is an opportunity to learn. But you can't learn while you're talking. You can only teach, defend, or perform. The person who listens controls the conversation. They gather information. They understand motives. They see patterns others miss. In negotiation, the listener wins. In relationships, the listener connects. In conflict, the listener de-escalates. Power doesn't always announce itself. Sometimes it sits quietly and pays attention. What happens when you listen? You stop making assumptions. You stop projecting your experiences onto others. You stop needing to be right. You start noticing the unsaid, the pauses, the emotions beneath the words, the truth hiding in the tone. Marcus taught that the best way to understand someone is to consider their perspective as if it were your own. But you can't do that if you're too busy broadcasting your own. Listening changes you. It expands you. It shows you that your view is not the only view. Your truth is not the only truth. Your pain is not the only pain. And that's uncomfortable. That's why we avoid it. But discomfort is where growth lives. The modern epidemic of being unheard. Everyone is talking. No one feels heard. We post our thoughts online and wait for reactions. We share our struggles and receive surface-level responses. We speak our truths to people who are already formulating their replies. The loneliness epidemic isn't just about being alone. It's about being surrounded by people who don't truly see you. We're drowning in words and starving for understanding. Seneca warned that we suffer more in imagination than in reality, but we also suffer when we're never truly witnessed. When our pain is acknowledged with a like and a thoughts and prayers, but never with presence. You can be in a room full of people and still feel invisible, because visibility requires being seen, and being seen requires someone willing to stop talking long enough to actually look. The practice: silence as strength. Here's what the Stoics would tell you to do. It's simple, it's difficult, it works. For the next week, practice this. In every conversation, speak half as much as you normally would. Let silence sit. Let pauses breathe. Let others finish not just their sentences, but their thoughts. When someone shares something, resist the urge to relate it back to yourself. Instead, ask a question. Go deeper. What did that feel like? What happened next? How are you handling that? Notice what happens. Notice how people lean in, how they share more, how they look at you differently. You'll feel the discomfort, the itch to speak, the fear that silence means you're not contributing. Sit with it. Epictetus said, "If you wish to improve, be content to appear foolish and dumb. Sometimes the wisest person in the room is the one saying the least." Journaling the unspoken. Here's a practice that will change how you listen. After meaningful conversations, journal what you heard, not what you said, what they said. Write it down, their words, their concerns, their hopes, their fears. You'll be shocked at how much you missed while you were busy preparing your response. You'll realize how often you heard words but didn't absorb meaning. This practice trains your mind to focus outward instead of inward, to receive instead of transmit. The Stoics kept journals not to broadcast to the world, but to process their inner worlds. Marcus Aurelius never intended his meditations to be published. They were conversations with himself. But before you can have honest conversations with yourself, you need to practice having honest conversations with others, and that requires listening. The cost of not listening. Relationships die not from lack of love, but from lack of attention, from the slow erosion of feeling unheard, unseen, unvalued. Careers stall when you talk over your superiors, your clients, your team. When you're so busy proving your worth that you miss what's actually needed. Opportunities disappear when you're so focused on pitching that you don't hear what the other person is trying to tell you. The cost of not listening is always higher than the cost of staying silent. Seneca wrote, "Everywhere is nowhere. When you're thinking about your next sentence instead of absorbing this one, you're nowhere. You're not present. You're performing. The invitation. This isn't about becoming passive. It's not about never speaking your truth. It's about balance, about reclaiming the ratio nature gave you. 2 ears, 1 mouth. Listen twice as much as you speak. In a world that rewards volume, become someone who masters silence. In a culture that celebrates the loudest voice, become the person who actually hears. The Stoics taught that wisdom is knowing what to say, to whom, and when. But beneath all of that is an even deeper wisdom, knowing when to say nothing at all. When you listen, truly listen, you give someone the rarest gift in the modern world, your undivided attention, your presence, your willingness to be changed by what they have to say. The resolution. If this reflection has landed with you, here's your practice. Start today. Choose one conversation, just one, and commit to listening more than you speak. Put down your phone. Make eye contact. Let silence exist. Ask questions that go deeper, not questions designed to bring the conversation back to you. Notice how it feels. Notice how they respond. Notice what you learn, and journal it. Write down what they said, what you noticed, what surprised you, what you would have missed if you'd been too busy talking. This is how you reclaim connection. This is how you build trust. This is how you become the person others turn to, not because you have all the answers, but because you create the space for them to find their own. The Stoics believed that every day is a chance to practice virtue. Let listening be your practice. Closing reflection. If this message resonated with you, please like and subscribe. Help us bring these ancient practices to modern hearts that need them. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. Or better yet, share it with someone you need to listen to more deeply. The world doesn't need more noise. It needs more presence. It needs more people willing to close their mouths and open their ears. You have the power to be that person. Starting now. Starting with the next conversation. To acknowledge that you truly do listen, write a comment below saying, "I listen." Thank you for your time, your trust, your focus. Stay grounded, stay strong, stay true. And remember the words of Epictetus. Nature has given us 1 tongue, but 2 ears, that we may hear from others twice as much as we speak. So shut up and start listening.